Good day and thank you for joining us today. We hope that you have found our other educationals valuable in getting a better understanding of what safeguarding is and, more importantly, what the requirements are to establish a good safeguarding culture within your club. Today's session is really just for us to recap on the 4 and 6 principle with an understanding that this is just the foundation, this is the start of where safeguarding begins. Once we've implemented the 4 and 6, that means that we are ready to now start really safeguarding our athletes and our coaches and essentially preserving our brand. I'm going to run through the 4 and 6 again very quickly. So the 4 things are the things that the DSO is going to have to implement within your club or organization. And this really initiates the whole safeguarding process. Those 4 things are as follows. Firstly, your safeguarding policy, which is the document that is really going to drive the proactive behavior within your club. This policy will also give you some guidance on any reactive measures that have to be taken in the unfortunate event that something does happen. This policy needs to be made available to everybody within the club, including your parents, your coaches, and any other person who would like to have a look at that policy. The second thing is your DSO, designated safeguarding officer. Once they're appointed, they do need to go on training and they need to qualify as a DSO. In that course, it's generally a 2 to 3 day course. In that course, they will gain valuable tools to assist them not only in the proactive space, but it will also give them tools and skills to deal with any reactive issues that may arise. The third thing is a reporting platform. We talk about our anonymous platform, but we really want there to be any form of reporting platform where a person who may be aggrieved, whether they're an athlete, a parent, a coach, can report their issues, and the DSO can then receive that information and deal with those issues immediately. The fourth thing is communication. This is probably one of the most vital pieces of the implementation, because in as much as that we have a policy, people don't always see it, and by people not seeing it, they're not always aware of the requirements in their behavior and how we should be behaving within the club. We want to ensure that people are made aware of that, not only people who engage with your club all the time, but potential visitors and any other person that may come in contact with your club. Communication can be in the form of anything from posters to social media drives, and this communication must be ongoing. That is the key to proactive safeguarding, is ongoing education and awareness, and we can only do that through communication. Once these 4 things have been implemented, we can then get down to having a chat to the coaches and volunteers who engage with our athletes in our club. This is where we start working towards the 6. So what are the 6 things? Before I get into the what, let's just understand the why. So we do have a lot of questions, and I'm sure some of you who are volunteers are probably asking this very same question, is why on earth do I need to now start doing this? I'm a volunteer, I don't get paid. Why must we do this? The same can be said for administrators who may not directly engage with young people, but they're still a part of your club, and they do need to go through the safeguarding process and complete these 6 things. Essentially, the why is, and if you remember, very early on we shared a slide which explained what safeguarding was. Safeguarding is the protection of vulnerable persons, your children, high-performance athletes, from the relationships that they can develop within their club. This is not only relationships with their coach directly, but any person who really engages and can have access to them within that club. So as a volunteer, as an administrator, as a chaperone, a service provider, yes, you are going to have to do these 6 things because you can place the club and the federation at risk. So here are the 6 things very quickly. The 3 clearances. These 3 clearances must be done, remembering that these are 3 completely different registers. You cannot just do a one check and based on the outcome of that check, assume that you are not on the other 2 registers. These are 3 completely different registers. If you hear people speak of a 3-in-1 clearance, there is no such thing as a 3-in-1 clearance. There is also legislation pertaining to some of these registers, basically which dictates that you have to do these 3 separate checks. It is 3 completely different checks, and the way in which we check the information on the 3 registers is very different. So those are the 3 checks. How that kind of works is you can come through to our offices if you'd like to do fingerprinting. Fingerprinting is really quick. We do it biometrically, so less than 5 minutes per person. Once that is done, we upload your certificates to Safeguard within 24 to 48 hours for your crim check, and then the sexual offence is registered. Generally, the results are released within 3 to 5 working days. So those are your 3 clearances. We can also host a clearance day at your club. This can be arranged by your DSO. We will send somebody to your club to actually do the fingerprinting on a day that would be suitable for everybody. Again, fingerprinting doesn't take a huge amount of time. We will ensure that you have the correct documents with you at the time that you need to do fingerprints. It's a really quick and simple process to follow, and once it's done, it is done. Those are the 3 things. Your Code of Ethics and Declaration of Good Standing are 2 documents that you are going to need to sign. Code of Ethics basically is a declaration that you understand that there is an ethical standard of behavior that needs to be adhered to, but it is a lot more than that, and it was explained in previous slides. Your Declaration of Good Standing really ties into your 3 clearances. In as much as you may be cleared against the 3 registers, it doesn't mean that you can't place us at risk. It just means that you haven't been caught yet. Your Declaration of Good Standing will cover that, and again, that document was also explained in previous slides. So these are just 2 documents that you need to sign, quick and simple. You can email those through to us. We'll upload it onto your Safeguard profile for you. And then finally, the 6th thing, which is your SAC, or Safeguarding Awareness Certificate. This is an online course that is accessed through your Safeguard profile. Don't stress too much. We are going to go through what Safeguard is in the meeting that we are going to have. And essentially what this is, it's 7 modules. It shouldn't take you very long to do. The average person does finish this in 2 hours. There is a little multiple choice exam at the end, and it is very basic. This is according to the CAS and Action Plan. This has to be done. You have to have some kind of training in the safeguarding space. The SAC course will cover very basics of safeguarding, things like what is harassment, how do you identify harm, what do you do if somebody does disclose information to you, etc. It is a very basic course, and like I said, it doesn't take a huge amount of time to do. Everything is online, and the little exam that you're going to complete is a multiple choice exam. With the clearances and the SAC clearances specifically, you are going to have to redo clearances every 24 months. Your SAC exam will need to be redone every year. Obviously, in the safeguarding space, we are evolving, so things do change, and you want to stay ahead of that. So SAC, you would need to redo it every year, and your clearances every 24 months. And that's the 6 things that each person will need to do. Once the 6 has been done, like I said, 4 and 6, once that is all done, we can really start safeguarding your club and the athletes and any other person that engages with your club. We can safeguard them. Thank you so much for joining us today, and yeah, we look forward to working through this with you guys. Take care.